Hey everyone, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Chris here with a review of RWBY, the official manga anthology, Volume 1, Red Like Roses, aka RvB Season 14 of RWBY. I'll get into that little reference later on, but so anyone that's known or seen a previous video, there is a RWBY manga based off the animated series from Rooster Teeth, and this is a new manga because, like I said, there was a previous one that spent kind of like reimagining, redoing the red, white, black, and yellow trailers of RWBY before its first volume or first season, and then it had its own like new kind of story, and it was like, oh, that's great, like I can't wait to see more. That was actually good because I don't really like RWBY now, like the animated series. Like 1 to 3 was good, 4 was a bit iffy, 5 was just terrible. Like I did not like. Volume 5 was, oh god, it was so boring. But so it was good to have like an alternative, to see somebody else's kind of take, but now in manga form instead of an animated series. But they decided, let's go with a RvB season 14 approach and just make it an anthology series. So it's basically different short stories with RWBY Rose as the main focus. That's essentially it. It all takes place around in volumes 1 and 2, a bit of 2, I believe, because there is a short story that focuses on them getting like new outfits, which they show in volume 2, and there are some stuff like in between volume 1 as well. So, like I said, with my RvB season 14 reference, for those who don't know, the ones who made the RWBY animated series, Rooster Teeth, they're known for another popular series, a machinima series called Red vs. Blue, which uses the game Halo as its way to film and do everything in that show. At the end of season 13, they ended on this really good cliffhanger. It's like, holy shit, cliffhanger, I need to know how this finishes. And then season 14 came, and they're like, hey, this season 14, this is an anthology with short stories that some are canon and some are not canon. And it's just like, are you for real? Like, really? Like, you ended on this really good cliffhanger in season 13, and then you're like, well, we're gonna skip that and do random stuff in season 14. It's like, sure, because this is what I felt like with like this anthology. It's just they're not bad stories. It's just they're random short stories. It's just like, I would have preferred if there was a continuation from the actual like the previous RWBY manga, like having like its own new stories, or kind of reimagining like the volumes into like a manga form. But they're not, but you know, like I said, they're not bad. They're interesting. They're interesting reads, but I only had like 2 problems. One, like this artist, like with how they just do the nose with it's just a spot, or like a square, and then the artist for this one, like they put a lot of detail more onto like the main focus character, but then like with backgrounds, it's just like, with that, if I didn't know what that was, I would have thought that was just a bunch of random rocks, but it's supposed to be like this giant the Deathstalker, I think it's called, like this giant grim scorpion. It's like, there's not quite a lot of detail on that one. Like those were really my only 2 kind of group. And then even here, like with the trees, it's just like, there's just a bunch of random lines. Okay, the trees in the bush, sure, but like I said, they're not. It's not bad, but I would prefer this whole new ongoing story, not just an anthology series. And there's the next volume is still going to be one, and it's focused on Weiss. So I'm guessing there's going to be 4 in total. You got RWBY, Red Like Roses, and then you got Weiss, Mirror Mirror, and then there's going to most likely going to be one for Blake, and then one for Yang as well. And they're going to be anthologies, and they're going to be for each anthology, like the main character is going to be the focus. So for this one, like I said, RWBY is the main focus of this anthology. Then the next one will be Weiss, and then the next one will be Blake, and then Yang. And I'm not sure what they'll do then with the manga, but it's an alright substitute for the animated series. But like I said, I prefer if they did something like a new ongoing with the manga instead of random short stories put together. But it's okay. And that's it for this kind of review, my thoughts on it. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter. Do check out my previous videos, and I will see you all next time.